Good morning, everyone. In the last class, I give one task assignment for everyone. All of them.
This is the new trick are you guys following? They gave assignment, next day all of you guys were absent. Then in office also, if you joined any company also, are you guys going to do the same thing? If they gave any task, any work, are you?
Last time also same thing is happened. Okay. I hope you guys are know about HTML, CSS, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Basic concepts and basic JavaScript concepts. Okay. In this class, we will be see the advanced topics in the JavaScript. Okay. What is the current version of JavaScript now? Okay. Now the current version is ECMAScript 6. Okay. Now all of them are using to the ECMAScript 6. There are the new features from that in the browser understand ECMAScript 5 only. Okay. To beyond that, the ECMAScript 6 have some functions, some new features. Okay. That all the things we are having covered in this class. Okay. Spread and the rest operators. What is mean by spread? Anyone worked in JavaScript? All of them are know about the concepts. Anyone worked in JavaScript? Codings. While working on that assignments, have you used the spread operator? Okay. If I need to copy the value from the one array to another array, what thing I need to do? See.
See, get in the Telegram network. So where you get the URL.
Okay. See, I have a two
Right now,
array.
we are
Okay.
doing that.
From the array 1 values, I need to store the values in the array 2. What I need to do?
So we are uploading 4 to 5 classes.
Hmm?
Assign that array
From
one to
starting.
Say that array 1 to array 2. Okay. Okay.
Who is testing actually?
Now I am going to change the value. Okay. Change the value in the index of or add the value in the array 1. Okay. Okay. Now what is the output here? 1 2. I just console that value array 2 and to update the value in the array 1. Now I console that two things. Okay. Okay. What is the output here? For the first console and the second console, what will be the output?
1, 2, 3, 4 for first one.
Okay. 1 2 3. just mention which one is I1, which one is I2. Okay. Okay, see. Are you visible? It is visible? Okay. Two arrays are having the same value. How?
Array 4,
First.
4 in array 1, then from that you are calling upon array 2.
Okay, just I change to array 2. Okay. Now I am pushing the array 2. See, it will be give the same output. Why?
You did whatever you are defining, the defining characteristic is the same.
How? I using the same value. See, I use the same variables, constant. Okay, I declare the value in the constant. I just changing the value in the array 1. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now I am changing the value in the array 2. Okay.
But array 2 is the, you are, to declare array 2 you are calling upon array 1, right?
Okay.
So when you push 4,
Okay. Here what will be happen? I am storing the value in the array 1 and copying the value of the array 1 to the array 2 and changing the value in the array 2. Okay. Then it will be need to change the value in the array 2 only. Why it's changing the array 1?
We are assigning that array 1, 2, 3 both same value to both the array 1 and array 2. So if we make the change in one array, it will
That is a reference.
difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the reference error, it will be change the values in the both arrays. Okay. To avoid that things, we can be use the rest operator. Okay. To avoid the array, like how to say, if I am storing the value, array of 2. Okay. Now what will be the value here?
2, 4.
I mean,
I am accessing the index only.
2.
3.
Array 2 is
3. Okay. 3 is a value in the array 2. Okay. Here it won't happen because that is not an array. Okay. Now I change it to array.
you didn't add semicolon.
Hmm?
You didn't add semicolon.
Semicolon is not a matter in the basket. Okay. If I store the value individually, then I can be able to access that values. Okay. I can be able to update the value individually. But while I am normally copying that value, normally I assign that value, it will be show the reference error. To avoid that things, we can be use that rest operator. Okay.
So if we remove constant as a definition and use let,
For here,
yes, to remove the issue that we had previously.
they will be give the same thing. Because in the array that have some references. Okay. If I try to copy that to the another array, another variable, then it will be give the same reference. Okay. Okay. That's why if I try to change anything, it will be changed in the reference. Okay. Do you know about call by value, call by reference? If I change any, if I call any function by value, I try to change that value, it will be happen on that value only. If I call done the call by reference, it will be change the actual values also. Okay, same thing here happen. Here that reference is passing to the another array. To avoid that, we can be use that spread operator. Okay. To use that, we can be add 3 dot for the spread and the rest. That will be denoted by the 3 dots only. But which position we are using, that is a matter. Okay. For the spread operator, we can be used in the parameter. Okay. Sorry. Arguments. Okay. For the spread operator, that is mean we are spreading that value, getting that value and spread it to the another thing. Okay. That things we are using in the actual arguments. But in the parameter, we are using that rest operator. Okay. Collect all the things. That is meant by rest. Okay. Here now I did the same thing. See, I did the same thing, but the value will be won't change. Okay. here the reference is changed. Okay, by the spread operator, we are going to give how to say, we are going to catch a array value or going to catch a object value. The reference value will be changed. Okay. Okay. This here, this is that reference issue, and by using that, how to say, if I need to merge these two arrays. Okay, I need to merge these two arrays. What I need to do? In the Express.js, how to say, in the ECMAScript 5, we use create another array and fetch the data from the two arrays and store in the another array. That is a process in the ECMAScript 5. In the ECMAScript 6, we can be do directly by using the spread operator. Okay, just using like creating a new array. How to?
So we can do that when the arrays are two different ones, I mean constant and let.
We can do. Just to check. Because actually we are using only in the const only. We can check that. First we are accessing the initial array and then storing the second array. Okay. If I am doesn't use that array brackets, array square brackets, what will be happen? It will be gives the error, because just to see, while I am using this, okay, while I am using this dot 3 dot and array 1, it collect the values, okay, collect all the values in the inside the square bracket. Inside the array, what are the values will be there, that collect all the values and store it in the another value. Here it refers to the this values only, there is a no square brackets. Okay, if I try to add like this 1, 2, 3, what will be happen? It will be also show the error. Same thing. Okay, just merging two arrays. Okay, it will be merge and create the new array without the any reference error.
So we can merge two different kinds of arrays.
Yeah, and we have
Temp is a variable.
temp is a value.
If
See.
I declare it as var temp, even then it will work.
Yeah.
But
What is your question? See,
in
let
the
the const and var, that are the variables. Okay, the variables are referring to the any kind of like a string. That is the name of that. Okay.
No, but in let and variable, you can in variable you can redefine and all.
Yeah.
In let you can define, you can
And I can't redefine that.
redefine that. In constant, once defined, you cannot do anything.
Yeah.
So you are using three different data types. So
But I fetch the data values only. That's why I am saying I access only these values only, not the whole array. Okay, not the whole values. Okay. If I am try to fetch, try to change in the const. See, if I am doing it in the const, okay, this also const. Okay. If I try to change in the array 2, it won't happen. For the this thing, for the normal data, normal integer, normal string, that won't be will be happen to change the value. But for the object and the array values, we can be change the data, but can't resist. Okay, if I try to add the another one value, it won't allow. Okay, that's it.
Sir, in this case, does it gives the 2D array or 1D array?
In this case,
Yeah.
it gives the 1D array only.
But in the definition, I have read that spread operator always gives the 2D array.
If I define that into the another array, it will be gives the 2D array. Okay, see here in this place, we are fetching the values as 1, 2, 3 only. Okay, no arrays inside that. Okay, here just taken the values only, not the whole array. Okay, spread operator takes the value, not a whole array, whole object. Okay.
So if I
Okay. Ask.
if I create another array
Okay.
and instead of giving individual data points like 1, 2, 3, I give array 1 and array 2 as the input data.
Yeah, that is the same thing we are doing here.
No.
Without rest operator.
No. For a 2D array matrix, I'm asking. If you are trying to create a 2D array matrix, and then if we create two of such things, for example,
That thing we are using.
then also we can merge.
That thing we can use like here. See, if I need to here the rest operator just to collect the data only. Okay, not array. Whatever it is, it just to collect the data inside that. Okay, if this is an object. Okay, just understand this is an object. I declare it an object. Then it collect the values from the object only. Object means key and value. Okay, it collect the key and value. Okay, if this is the array, what are the things inside the array? The data with the same data types. Okay, collect all the data and store in the rest value. Here now this value is storing the all the values. Okay, all the values means 1, 2, 3 without semi comma. Okay, without comma, these all the things are inside that spread operator. Okay, it collect all the data and storing here. And after that I separate that value and storing array 2. Okay, if I need to store the 2-dimensional array, then I need to declare like this is one array, this is one array, and add all the things inside that array. That's it.
How how can you use this
Ah.
matrix, sir?
Now see, that is a 2-dimensional array. Okay. Can you understand? 2-dimensional array in spread operator. Okay. Now we are going to the object. Before going to do, I need to add the value inside here. We can add that also. Just to create one array. It is a multi-dimensional array. That's why I create another array. Just add like. It will be add that things also. See, now it is a 3-dimensional, sorry, multi-dimensional array. Okay.
Sir, if, for example, previously you accessed one specific value in an array,
Yeah.
like ARR2 slash 2, you got ARR1 slash.
Yeah.
If you type 2, you got 3.
Yeah.
Now you created a multi-dimensional array.
Yeah.
So how will you access, for example, I want 4 from the second array. How will you access that?
How to access means we are using that.
Temp dot temp of in brackets. How will you access?
Yeah, we can access one second. We just need to define which one.
Second.
Which one this is?
Second one.
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 Column 1.
One.
1 comma 1.
One. Come on. So we will get 4.
And we need to define it in the array. Okay. Clear? After that, spread with the object. Same thing, same concept, same thing. Okay, it just take the value and update in this to the another object. Okay, same concept. It's avoid the referencing error. To main use of the rest operator is avoiding the reference errors. Okay, that's it. Okay, and another one thing. Okay, now I have a data function. Okay, that function is collect all the data and return that addition of the data. Okay, and I have a array. Then what I need to do? I need to send that value to the function. How I do?
Add of numbers.
Add by the rest operator. Okay, here it collect the values inside this only. Okay, just I console the values once again.
But for that you have to predefine the function.
Yeah. Predefine it's not a matter. In the functions we can define and use it later also. See. What is the main use is I know the parameter in the function. Okay. I have a bunch of values in the array. I need to pass the array and calculate the value. Okay. For that thing I can be use the rest operator. Most of the time we can use it like while updating the data. Okay. I have a student data. I need to fetch the student data from the student. Okay. I have a multiple UI pages. Okay. I store all the data in the object. Okay. Like in the single page, I have getting the data like name and date of birth and the mobile number, email. That type of the data I get from the initial page. Okay. And second page, I getting the educational details. And third page I getting the experience. Okay, in the multiple of pages I need to store in the single object. Okay, that time I can be use the rest operator. Okay, here this is my initial page data. Okay, I need to store this data with the like update the educational details. Okay. Okay, these are the educational data, and another one thing is the experience. Okay, these all the data I have for the one user. I store it in the different variables. Okay, I need to give to the backend with a say or a single object. I can't able to give multiple times. Okay, I need to give at the single object at the end or at the finish of the single page. Okay, that time I can be use that rest operator. Okay. Here in the merged object, I have the data of all the things. See, all the data comes to the single thing. Okay, if I need to send that value also, that how to say, here see it's sending that age, city, company, degree. There is a no differentiation of education, experience. We can't denote that. For that thing we can be send it as a object. Okay, here I define education. Okay, this time it will be sent like, see, inside there is a one object is inside that education details are there. Okay, for this type of the executions we can be use the rest operator to actually that is used to collect that value. The spread operator is used to for spread the value. Okay, there is a values in that array. I need to spread that value to the another thing. That process we can be use this. Okay, and another one thing is we are asking about the functions only, no? Another one is a rest operator. Here we are spreading the value in the object and array. In the rest operator we collect that value. That's it. Okay. I initially said where we use the rest operator. In arguments. Yeah. I have a bunch of arguments. Okay. Sorry. Rest operator is used in the parameters. Spread operator is only used in the arguments. Okay. I have a multiple values. I store it in the spread operator and you passed it to the another function. There is a values have a some parameter. I can be able to use that. See, it's visible. Yeah. See here, in this function, I have a 3 values in the parameter. Okay, in the parameter, I need to send these values. Okay, but this all the things are in array. Okay, I can't extract individual value. I can be extract that things also like nums. This type also it will be work. But to avoid this type of multiple times I writing the same thing, I just use the rest operator. It collect all these values, okay, all these values and store it in the rest num, okay, and send it to the here. That's it. Okay, here it's work as a rest, collect all the things, and while passing these values, it operating as a spread. Okay, collection means spread. Sorry, rest. Passing that values means spread. Okay. Same thing. See this function. I have some values. Okay, I have some values. I passed to the function and the function returned that total value. What is mean by reduce? What is reduce?
Single value particular array inducing.
What is reduce? Array, reduce is a array method. Okay, what will be written?
Single
So
value.
single.
Single value.
Like total.
Yeah.
From all values, it will finally give one value as a result.
Yeah, correct. It collect all the array values and do some manipulations, do some operations and return that value as a single value. That is a reduce of. Okay. I actually in the previous classes we are seeing about some array methods. It belongs to that array method only. Okay. Here whatever it is, whatever value we are giving, it collect that value, need to add that. Okay. Now I am typing much more values. Okay, it can be collect these values also. Okay, whatever we give, collect is inside that numbers and print that way. Here, what will be the data type here? What is the data type here? Integer, array integer.
Yes, array.
Because it's collect all the data into the array and passing that parameter as the array into the function. Okay, that's it. Okay, can you understand about rest and spread operators?
Yes.
Okay. And another one thing is, see, here I have some values. Right. And my space. Okay, here I have my name and rest of them are the my skills. Okay, here I need to pass this to the one function. Okay. function is details. I just change the details. Okay. I just console that value here. Okay. Here I have no. First thing is my name, and second all of those whatever in second, that all of them are my skills. Okay, I can be add my skills like Java, Python, whatever it is I add after my name. Okay, here we can be fetch the name. Okay, first one is a name, and other things are the technologies I know. Okay, these things can be done. Okay, just to see the output. Here, there is a two logs. One is for my skills, another one is my name. Okay, I just fetch that value in the name by first. I saying like in the first parameter that is a name. Rest of them are the skills only. I know that value, so I differ like that. Okay. In the same thing where we use in the application, whatever application, like cart. Okay. In the Amazon, like any e-commerce website, assume that in that e-commerce website where we use this.
While adding items into our cart.
While adding items into our cart.
While payments.
Yeah, same thing. For that is some different thing because there is a different type of items. Okay. Just assume while the delivery, while we are delivering the same address is passing into the many things. Okay. Assume that the same address in the first thing. I use the address from the one rest of the things. Okay. And another rest of the things may be different because one time I ordered something, another time I ordered different one. Okay, while different one also order. Okay, we can be used like here we are used now. Technology same like order, and first one is the address. Okay, same like thing we can be accessed, but the different there is one different. Okay, here we are passing all of them in the string. In which data type we are need to pass that for this type. For this thing, which data type I need to pass? Array. Are you sure?
Passing multiple values for orders.
We can be in the array. How I can be access my pin code? How I can be access my name?
Object then object.
Object. Okay. Get the clarity about that. In which place, which data type I can be used? Which type? If I am going to use a calculator and fetching the data, that type of things I can be use that array. Okay. If I need to, actually I need a one value like key pair values, like addresses, like orders, prices, that type of the things I need the object. Okay. Clarify that thing. I need to just send address in my one object and orders in another object. That's it. What is mean by import and export? What is mean by import?
Already.
Are you guys are familiar with any languages?
Yes.
Any languages you know? What is mean by import in that languages? Tell.
Import means
Importing
already.
packages
Importing packages
which contain the text.
in which language?
Java.
Java, Python, whatever it is.
MATLAB has an
The
input.
code which is
Yeah.
present inside internally that
Which
is
is
import,
already
sir.
Hmm.
Taking the code from the external, that is export.
Yeah. No. What are you saying?
No, you use export to give one class data to another file.
Yeah. See, if I have a one set of data, I have a one set of methods and functions, I can be export to the another file. Okay, I need to export from the internal libraries, internal things. I can be used that thing by using the import. Okay. Here, I have a one function. I need to import it. Okay, I need to export this value to the another function. I can do that things also. I can be send the function, I can be send the methods, I can be send the data values also to the another value. Okay, see. For import and export in the JavaScript and in the web applications, the main thing is one is needed. That is a module. Okay. Here in Java or Python, we can be say that is a packages like Pandas, MATLAB, and TensorFlow. That all the things are the packages. Okay. We just import the packages. Initially, we import that. We need to install that into our system. Okay. After that, we can be able to import and whatever things we can be do. That all the rest of the things. Okay. And in the script, in the JavaScript, in the browser, I need to say in the application I have been using the import and export things. I have been using the module import and export. Okay. Here we are don't say packages. Here we are saying that module. Okay. Like everything is a module. If you are going to the React application, most of them are component. Okay. In that component, I need to import from the another page. Okay. See, in this page, this is a Udemy page. Here, this one is a component. This one is a component. Here, this navigation bar, that one is a component. The whole things are showing in the main script. That is a root element. Okay. Same like way. For that thing, I don't know. So, see, I don't know which other components are importing. Are you going to import the component? I doesn't know. Okay, as a browser, I doesn't know. Okay, for that thing, we are need to say that to the browser, this type is module. Okay, in the HTML, CSS and JavaScript, we need to add one thing in the script. Inside the script tab, I need to add that type. Okay, type is a module. Okay. In the Node.js, in the React.js, there is one file called package.json. Okay. Inside that package, I need to initialize that module type equal to module. Okay. Then only the browser will be understand. Okay. Tell how the React code is executing. How React code is executed while I am running. Okay, I have a one React application. I running in the browser. Okay, while that running, what will be happen here? If I going to deploy a React project, it convert all the things into the bundle. Okay, for that things we are using that white. That is a one bundling. Okay, bundling and Babel and Webpack. Okay, Webpack is a one type of a bundler. Okay, it's convert all the React code, JSX code to the JavaScript, HTML and CSS. Okay, why we need to convert all of them to JavaScript, HTML and CSS?
Because browser will understand those languages.
Yeah, only HTML and CSS and JavaScript only the browser will be understand. Okay, whatever you use React, Next.js, Tailwind CSS and Shadescene component, whatever you use, it convert all of them to the HTML component. Okay, after convention, that will be deployed. That is a building. How to say? Build the package. Okay, that one type like I have implemented one feature in my application. Okay, I just collect all of them to the one bundle and deploying in the browser. Okay, that will be happen while deploying the React project.
So, it may be out of context, but are there any browsers that work directly on React without converting it into CSS?
No. It will be accept because it really won't accept because here all the browsers are using V8 version of engine, okay, to run that codes. Okay, now till nowadays there is no browser that accept directly React. Okay, we need to convert all the codes in the React to the HTML, CSS and JavaScript by using this white and webpack like that things. Okay.
So whenever you are converting it, you will lose some time for it. It takes some time to convert the data.
That's why we are using the bundler. Okay. Okay. Here in the script, we are using that module. Okay, defining that type is module. Then whatever script is containing inside that script.js, that is a modules. Okay. Here I can be able to fetch the data from the another module. Okay. Here I just using for exporting the data to the another module. What thing I need to do? Export. Just write export in front of anything like function or data, anything else. We can be define that export. Okay. I just easily access by using import. Import. Which one is I exported here?
Constant.
Array. Instead of array, I use one function.
Sir, you don't need to define where you are exporting. Huh?
Which one?
When you try to export const array and now you given the values, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to define where to which module you are exporting.
That you won't need it. While importing only, I need to specify the path of the file. Okay, here in that which one?
So when you export something, it will be generally available to anybody who can access it.
Yeah, we have that package file path. Okay, here array from advanced JavaScript. Okay, here we are using export only. Okay, for that things we need to specify inside that curly braces. Okay, this is a structure to import and export. Okay, just check. Okay, it will be fetch the data from that export file and showing in here. Now, if I have multiple values, okay, I have one function here also. Okay, I have some of the functions. Which function this is, guys?
Array function.
Arrow function. Okay. What is the difference between normal function and the arrow function?
Reducing.
Reducing the code. Main thing in the last class I explained that. What is the main difference between the arrow function and the normal function? We can't redefine any functions.
No return use.
No, that is also reducing the lines. The main thing. Normal function allows that hoisting. Okay, function hoisting will be allows in the normal function, but in the arrow function it won't allow the hoisting. What is mean by hoisting?
Using the function declaration goes
Yeah.
on top of the.
Yeah, that is a hoisting. Using that function before declaring. Okay, that is the hoisting. In that arrow function it won't allow. In the normal function it will be allow that. Okay, here I have some functions to functions, okay. I can be, if I need to get that export files in the same file, same path, then I can be accessed by easily by separating that values by using comma. Okay. Okay, it will be easily get that file. Okay, get that function in the another file. Now see, here I have a export things in the same file, export functions methods in the same file. Why I need to use multiple times export? I can be used at the end of the all the things. Okay, at the end I just use the export. Inside that okay, it will also work. Okay, I can be easily export all of the functions methods inside that my file at the end. Okay, and this is the name the export after declaration. Okay, another one is the default export. What is mean by default?
When we want to export a single one, we will use a default.
Okay, just try. Okay, I just export this as a default. While we are going to export the function or export the module as a default, then we can access by using this without the curly braces. Okay, there is a no need for curly braces for the default functions. Okay, okay, as you said, while we are declaring that single function, we are going to use default. Shall I create another module here in the same file? We can be create that also. Okay, inside that one file, we can be create the default method and also the normal method also. Okay, normal modules. Now for that thing, I need to separate this and use that curly braces. Okay, same way, but there is one default value. Okay, if I am going to use the single function, single method, single module to the export to the another file, then I can be use the default keyword. If I am going to use multiple things, I can be used as a normal one. Okay.
Sir, other than removing the flowery brackets, are there any other advantages of using a default export?
Which one?
Other than, I mean, for greet you used as a export default, right?
Okay.
So other than removing the flower brackets, are there any other advantages of using it? I mean, why that?
Okay. Yeah, actually, modularization is the one thing in the coding. Okay. This file is doing single work. Okay. If here see, if I have created one file that is only do the mathematical operations. Okay. In that file, I am going to do addition, subtraction, whatever it is, I am going to do. Okay. For that things, I declare all those things. All of the methods under the default one, like math. Okay. Inside the math, I have some functions like math.square, math.add. That all the things under the single function. Okay. For that thing, I can be use that default math. Okay. just to fetch the data and based on the data do something like addition or subtraction, whatever it is. Okay.
Sir, a major difference between arrow function and a normal function is hoisting is not possible. Even though I declare it as a var character also, even though it is not possible, sir, hoisting.
You can't declare that arrow function is the var
Why, sir?
because it won't allow that hoisting. That's why actually in the arrow function we must use that let or const only.
If we declare it as a var, sir, then hoisting is possible.
Just do it, right? Okay, we will be try that in next class. Okay, for declaring that arrow function in the var. Okay. Okay. And another thing, what is mean by import star from one file path?
Importing all the functions and all the things from the
Import all that methods. Okay, all that function, all that value, whatever it is declared in the export, that will be captured there. Okay, what is mean by as
renaming
that file? Okay, while if you are importing that specific file like anything mathematical like that, we rename that and using based on that name inside that file. Okay, and parallel. If I declaring one function like okay, I declaring one thing as a one function. Okay, and using here. Okay, I need to export this function to the another file. Okay, I can be able to do that. That is a parallel export. Okay, for like how to say, I collect all that input file. I collect all the export file into the another file. From that file, I export to the another file. Okay, to avoid that, how to say, I have a multiple modules. Okay, I collect all the modules into the single file. Okay, and export to the another. I can be able to export to the another. What is mean by lazy loading, guys? Lazy loading. Have you heard about lazy loading? Lazy loading means we have lot of modules. Okay, in that single page, in the single page application, we have a lot of modules or a lot of components. While I need that data, then only that will be happen. Then only that importing will be happen. Otherwise, it won't happen. That is a lazy loading. To improve that, how to say, to improve that data loadings. Okay, that time only that data will be fetched from the API. Okay, see, I have 2 or 3 files, 2 or 3 modules. In each module, I have been defining some API fetching, like API calling. Okay, okay. While scrolling that page, that time only it will be fetch the data and show it in the UI. Other time it won't need to call that API. That is a lazy loading. Okay. And today will we see what are the things we covered in this session? Spread the rest. Import and export. Okay. Have you any doubt in this topic? Okay, just that other guys, just open that assignment. Show that. Which one? I think you doesn't. Import will be declared in the top of the code. Okay.
Not like that also.
Right. And need to declare that inside the HTML code as a module script. You need to import that font initially. There are some in the Google form. Have you done it? What will be there?